Good, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Man, let's talk about it, man. Don't lie. When you going through some of the hardest things, bro, just know you due for a win. When you going through something tough, make sure you always keep a positive mindset. You know what I mean? And I ain't the type of dude that try to be on here and do too much talking because people don't like yappers. But when you keep your mindset positive, bro, through things, you know what I mean, through difficult times, regardless if it's minor or major, you are due for a good win coming soon, man. You just gotta shake it off. You just gotta make it through. And you gotta stay consistent. You just gotta push through it, you know what I mean? And that's when things will start to turn into your favor. You know what I mean? You stay through it, you know? Ain't gonna lie. I'm in AZ right now, man. And it's good out here. It's good out here. You know what I mean? I got a bunch of things I gotta do, but, you know, everything in life ain't gonna always be sunshines and rainbows. You know what I mean? Everything ain't gonna always be sunshines and rainbows, bro. You're gonna have to go through that storm, bro. If it wasn't for a storm, it wouldn't be no rainbows. You know what I mean? For real. If you weren't broke your whole life, you probably wouldn't want to have some money. You know what I mean? So you gotta go through the phases and emotions of these things. You know what I mean? You know, and also remember everything you do have. You know what I mean? So, man, it's crazy because a lot of people keep coming up to me like, what up, bro? I know I'm him. You know what I mean? I know I'm due for a win, man. I know I'm due for a win, you know? I get to be in this beautiful environment. I get to have peace. But the things that you want, you got to pay the price for it. It comes with a price. Are you willing to pay? Are you going to become the person who's willing to pay that price to become that version of an identity you want? Tell me, that's real game right there. Like, you feel me? I want to be great. I want to be better. I want, you know, my channel to go up. I want to, you know, start popping it on here. You know what I mean? And really have it going. But I got to be willing to pay that price for that. You know what I mean? So it's like I could be like one. You can one all you want. If you ain't gonna take the action, the necessary actions to go achieve what you want, you ain't gonna never have it. You gotta get uncomfortable. If something hard, you gonna do it hard. If something easy, you gonna do it easy. You feel me? Either way, you gonna get the job done. You did. Either way, we getting the job done. You feel me? Got work to do, baby. Everybody got a job. Everybody got to become somebody they want to become. You got to do it. You feel me? And when you go through the process of what it takes, you're going to be stronger. You're going to believe that you can go get anything and become anything. You know what I mean? The worst things you go through makes you stronger for the next thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to look at it like, man, I've been through worse. It ain't hard, man. I've been through something hard. You know what I mean? Did. So, ain't gonna lie, I'm in here. The light be hitting different. Chain on my neck busting. Watch on my wrist getting flooded. You know, you gotta have the accessories. The accessories is essential, especially for conversation starters. You know what I mean? You gotta have certain things that draw attention to the point where people want to hear you out. You know what I mean? People want to listen to you, like, oh, I'll give him, you know, 30 seconds of my time to hear him out and chop it up with him. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's all it takes, but you got to sell it. You got to sell your pitch within 30 seconds. You feel me? You got to be able to get it off. No stuttering. You got to know what you want, and you got to know what you're trying to deliver within 30 seconds. You know what I mean? And depending on how good you get at that, you make miracles happen, man. Pitching, selling. I could sell somebody air. You can sell somebody air. You can literally sell somebody air. And they are willing to buy it depending on how you sell it, how you market it, how you deliver it. And air is free. You feel me? I could literally sell somebody air. And they will buy it from me because how I sell it to them, how I market it to them, how I deliver it to them. You know what I mean? How I speak it to them. You feel me? How I carry myself. I just look respectable enough and trustworthy enough to know that I can be trusted to give them the best quality air. You know, air is free. You feel me? That's the level I put myself on and the level I'm at now. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I had to come talk about this because somebody gonna need this. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna need this. You know, the Louis store smells so good, man. Louis store smells fantastic, bro. You know what I mean? And isolation. Man, we got there's a lot of game, a lot of things. I'm gonna chop it over. About isolation, the best thing, man. Gotta get used to it being isolated. You know, locking in, being comfortable, being alone, you know what I mean? The best company is your own company, you know what I mean? Being isolated, figuring stuff out, you know, having that time to yourself, you know what I mean? Believing in God, you know what I mean? Figuring out who you are. Some people don't even know who they are. You know, and it reflects. And that's why some people are depressed because they aren't the person that they want to be. But 9 times out of 10, they ain't doing what it takes to become that individual. So, yeah, man. I'm in the best place. I'm telling you, I'm in the best place ever, bro. I'm in a place where everything is at. You know what I mean? Everything is, I'm where everything at. Best quality of everything. You know what I mean? I just know I'm due for a win. I just know I'm due for a win, bro. Just be in proximity to where, you know, winners at. I'm due to be one. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, however many years. I just know I'm due for a win. That's why I'm gonna keep going, keep pushing. Ain't no turning back, ain't no folding. As we all in, you know what I mean? Took the necessary sacrifices, you know what I mean? And we make it shake. Most definitely due for a win, baby. Man, try to like, comment, subscribe, man. All this game is unfiltered. All this game unfiltered, uncut, raw. Thank you all for tuning in, man. Stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna go all the way up. You feel me? Let's get it.